your life will begin to improve immensely once you start to learn that you need to respect yourself. It's an absolute necessity to living a truly happy life. It might seem like a daunting process or a daunting task at first to start respecting yourself. It's really not a super difficult thing to do. Once you do start doing it, you're going to understand the benefits to it, and you're honestly probably going to get a little bit upset with yourself that you took so long to begin showing yourself the respect that you truly deserve. So I want to start out with what isn't respecting yourself. The number one thing to me that says you do not respect yourself is letting others' opinions and beliefs shape how you live your life. Now, like I've talked about previously, it is absolutely important to hear out others' opinions and beliefs and to consider alternate options to what you believe. But if you're living a life that is shaped solely based off of what others are telling you, what you hear from others, you don't respect yourself. So answer me this: what do you want out of life? And that might be a bit of a loaded question for some, and that's understandable. What about life intrigues you, interests you? What about life makes your ears perk up when you hear others talking about it or when you see an article or a video about it? You're going to want to start by somehow implementing these things into your life on a regular basis. And that's going to look different for everybody. So, whatever it is, anything, it could be anything, okay, guys? Basketball, weightlifting, learning how to play the trumpet, learning how to speak Japanese, becoming a rapper. Okay, guys, anything. It can be literally anything. What in life gets you going a little bit? Gets the blood pumping, your blood's flowing, you feel alive. What is that? Everyone's got it. Make that a big part of your everyday life if possible. If not possible to make it an everyday thing, implement it as often as possible. And don't feel like you can overdo it. You can never treat yourself enough within reason, okay? Now, let me talk about that for a second. When I say treat yourself, I am referring to exactly that. I'm referring to doing the things in life that make you feel alive, that make you actually want to live this life, okay? When I say treat yourself, I am not referring to fast food. I'm not referring to porn. I'm not referring to social media. I'm not referring to any of that, okay? That is not treating yourself. That is sabotaging yourself. That is poisoning yourself. That is cutting yourself down. That is not treating yourself. That is the opposite. Sweatshirt had to come off. You guys were getting me a little fired up there. Let's focus back up. Let's focus in. So, to simplify, do the things that make you happy. Point blank, period. And disregard what other people think about it. Because if you're happy and if you feel fulfilled at the end of the day, that is by far the most important thing. The next part of respecting yourself is being in good physical health. Okay? I'm not saying you have to go to the gym 7 days a week and become the next Mr. Olympia, become greater than C-Bum ever was, or Arnold, or any of those guys, okay? I'm not saying you have to become a greater power lifter than Brian Shaw or Eddie Hall or Mark Henry ever was, okay? I'm not saying that either. But I am begging you to get into the gym 3 days a week, at least. Start there, okay? And if you can't start there, please start going for walks every day. Please, okay? Get physically active. We were not made to sit on our asses all day long behind a desk at work and then come home and sit here as I'm sitting here, pot calling the kettle black. But listen, I'm talking to myself in these videos too because I draw on life experiences, right? We are not meant to sit all day long. We used to hunt and gather. Our bodies were designed to be physical specimens. There's a reason why people like LeBron James exist. There's a reason why people like Saquon Barkley exist. Did you see his reverse hurdle last weekend? That doesn't look human, but he is a human. He's a physical specimen. Now, I'm not saying we're all going to be like that, but I like to think that we could all be very impressive physically if we just put our minds to it and we loved ourselves enough and respected ourselves enough to do it. So get active, whatever that looks like for you. I seriously encourage resistance training, weight training, but some sort of physical activity, whether you get to the gym, whether you start going for walks, whether you join some sort of MMA gym, it's fun. Try it. Moving on. Eat healthy. Stop eating fast food. It is so bad for you. I I could go on and on and on, but I'm trying my best not to do that. Please quit eating fast food. I challenge you to go 3 months without eating fast food. After those 90 days are up, if you feel the urge, like you're really craving a cheeseburger from McDonald's or you're really craving whatever, Taco Bell, go ahead and get it and eat that. And then let me know how your body feels the rest of the day and the next day, because I just recently had this experience with Taco Bell. You will feel a difference and you won't like it. I guess a really good example would be if you have brain fog, start getting physical activity regularly. At least 3 days a week if you're going to the gym, but if you can't get into the gym, be walking every day and start eating a truly healthy diet. Quit eating fast food, cut out all the box stuff, all the bagged stuff. 99% of stuff that comes to you in a box or a bag is awful for you. All kinds of preservatives, all kinds of dyes, all kinds of nasty crap, poisoning you, literally poisoning you. Get physically active and get on a healthy diet for at least 3 months. The longer the better, but at least 3 months. I guarantee you, at the very least, that brain fog is going to be very, very, very reduced, if not a distant memory. Now, another big part of this is vaping, in my opinion. I vaped for 5 years straight, from my 18th birthday to mid-June of this year, 2024. I think the longest I went was like 6 weeks. And second best to that was like maybe a week. Awful, I know. And now it's been close to 5 months. Even on days where I get 4 or less hours of sleep, yes, I'm tired. Yes, I can be groggy. But I mean, guys, it wasn't the tiredness this whole time. It was the brain fog. Okay? It was the brain fog. So people who respect themselves get physical activity, eat healthy, and they also do their damn best to quit vaping/nicotine. Now, the final thing you need to do to become a person that respects themselves is just enjoy life. Okay? You're going to make bad choices from time to time. Do your best to limit them, but when they happen, when they occur, understand that nobody's life is perfect. Joyful contentment, right? I would say that's the goal in life, joyful contentment. But at the same time, the only way to get close to that is to continue to strive for more and continue to strive to be a better person and, just enjoy life. Don't think about things too hard. If an old friend calls you up and asks to go play a round of golf, let's do it. Let's go have some fun. Let's hang out. I can take a break. That is, of course, if you've been putting in the work. But we're all different. Some people can go 12 plus hours a day, 7 days a week for weeks and weeks and weeks, months, maybe even years. Some people are built like that, and they can. And you have to build up to it, right? That's the other part. We are way too hard on ourselves right when we start out. Our expectations are way too high because we've been comparing ourselves to other people on social media who've been putting in the work for an exponential amount of time longer than we have. So to compare ourselves to them is setting ourselves up for failure from the start. Understand that when you are first starting, right? Just like going to the gym. You can't walk in there and do a high intensity hour and a half workout with 10 different exercises and 4 sets on each exercise. You can't do that if you've never gone to the gym before. You can try, but at some point you're going to throw up and feel like you're going to pass out and need to sit down and need to shove a bunch of carbohydrates in your body to refuel you, right? Because your body is literally in survival mode because it's never felt that or hasn't felt that type of expenditure in who knows how long, right? So when you're first starting out something new, whether it's trying to post content, whether it's trying to learn a new skill, a new language, an instrument, no matter what it is, you got to start out slow. You got to start out gradual. The first time you try and edit a video, it is not going to go well. It might go okay, but there will be many, many, many times where you're sitting there scratching your head, wondering how anyone could ever do this for a living and pump out a video a day. But then you just keep at it, you keep going, you enjoy the process, you don't be too hard on yourself. You understand that even Mr. Beast, who now has, I actually saw it today, 327 million subscribers, he once started out with zero, and he posted videos that got no views too, and he tried to edit stuff and it ended up looking horrible. But you know what? He kept going, and well, it's just a great example of what can happen if you never quit trying. At the end of the day, I think self-respect, having respect for oneself, is one of, if not the most important things to possess in this life, regardless of what your goals are. Whatever you want out of life, respecting yourself needs to come first.